he knocks for Maverick Vinales to his title contenders and rivals. Alex Rins not even in the race, injured, and Mark cat-like reflexes of the world champion.
He's not human. No. He's not, honestly, he's not human. I'd see Marc Marquez out. I can tell you, their ears are pricked up in a big way.
Now is, how's that soft front tyre going to hold up for Maverick Vinales? It's
I cannot believe what we've witnessed already in this short time. That was stages of this 2020 season. My goodness, here comes Fabio Quartararo. He wants to hold off. Brilliantly done from the Frenchman. Yamaha are 1-2 again. Quartararo.
Line cut to the middle of the track, so Jack Miller could try and blitz by him again with the superior. He's at about 12 kilometres an hour over Fabio Quartararo. That's worrying for him, he said, going to...
He's pushing so hard to try and get away. Simon.
Guys, the other thing, to compose himself before he hit the gravel, and he controlled it in there as well.
Filthy, dirty tyres as well. There's nothing the guy can't do on two wheels.
Well, I mean, we'll be looking at
the says, but you can put that one right up there.
Do you know that the fascinating fact now, Matt, he's not going to be forced into trying to go for the 37s. That's the only thing that's in his advantage now.
Tumbling down the tower.
No. That would be a terrible shame. He was going. Where has Brad Binder disappeared to? This Maverick Vinales looking for his first victory in MotoGP. Marc Marquez, and he's cutting the gap to those ahead of him as well.
Well, he's the fastest man on the side. He's going to be gobbling up Lecuona, Petrucci and Oliveira very quickly. Now look at this.
The pace has been slowed down to the late 138s.
And this is because Maverick's thinking about preserving.
The problem is, Matt, is it brings all these guys into contention. I mean, the likes of Miliband, we're in shot here for a podium. Valentino Rossi's struggling a bit. There's a big gap between...
At the moment, he's been able to keep Andrea Dovizioso at bay for the whole of this race. It's now 8. He's totally rolled out of it, hasn't he? Corona.
Can I just say, if this pace remains at mid-130...
And 6.
Is it something? I think Marc Marquez, with the pace like this, could still make the podium, Matt. The ride of a lifetime. That's what happened at turn 4.
I'm full of that after qualifying that he was torn between the hard and the soft, but so unusual to see. I mean, if it pays off, you look like a genius. If it doesn't...
Here is Maverick out front. This is not squeaky clean. This is not Sepang. And as here, he's not close enough to make a move. And again on the front there, look at that. He's wide in there. And Fabio Quartararo, has he made the big mistake? He's shaking his head down. He's dropped back to 3rd place. Is there anything...
And look at Quartararo. He's already put a decent bit of daylight between himself and Miller. Miller through could have been worse, because keeping tabs on that top 3.
There's nothing wrong with that. He was the fastest rider of the top 6 on that last lap.
Well, and this, every time they touch the throttle, look at this. Vinales forks nearly.
For Maverick, you can see there he's using the back brake and everything just to try and get that bike stopped.
The speed of that KTM has always been there right from the start in 2017. What they've not had away in the past, wheel spin city on a KTM in these hot conditions normally.
You just never know. I mean, it's so hard to predict what's going to happen based on what's happened already.
Well, that would be sense. Slightly more moist and cooler conditions I seem to recall in 2018.
Just a bit, yeah. 18th place, but something obviously went wrong. He must have gone down and rejoined, you'd think.
Manoeuvre around. Valentino Rossi has done a 1:39.3. That's on par with. So at this stage of the race, Rossi has actually found some pretty good rhythm.
He's up in 9th place at the moment. That's really good from the Red Bull Tech 3 rider.
Well and truly hit the brick wall. He's down to the 140s now, Smith. He's plummeted down. He's doing low 139s himself, which is the same pace as Vinales
as well. In the meantime, fellow rookie Iker Lecuona's in 12th. He's having a great ride. Marquez, fastest,
which makes him yet again the quickest
view of your top 3 with 13 laps to go.
And of course, when you're in that group sometimes, when there's a lot of issues as well. Now, Fabio Quartararo is never going to have a better chance. Ride by Espargaro. That's why Repsol Honda picked him up for an extra corner and picks off the KTM with the extra haul. Jack Miller, he took half a second out of the Australian on that last lap. Controlling Vinales back in 3rd. Vinales got nothing for him. He's about a second. He's got his hands on it.
Fabio Quartararo suffered heartbreak here last year when mechanical got in the way. At the moment, as Matt said, there would never be a better chance for him to win. He was on the podium 5 times last year, the Australian. All of them on the 3rd. That would be astonishing. Pecco Bagnaia.
Fabio Quartararo, because it's he who takes the checkered flag first that's your race winner. He'd have been long gone. Long gone.
Well, yeah, it's possible, but then of course there's a mark in front of him. It's hard to say,
He keeps hitting those mid to high 138s, doesn't he, Quartararo? Eke away from Jack Miller. You can see that's the difference there between himself and Marc Marquez. You surely can't see Fabio Quartararo letting Marc Marquez recover 7-7 mistake. Marquez, though, you know, right, he's looking potentially at the podium. 12, his last ever Moto2 race, when he was pushed to the back of the grid for a penalty GP. This is a completely different ball game. If he comes through to salvage a podium here.
They showed a split of only 2/10 that Fabio's losing, you know, because, you know, Fabio's in lead of the race, trying to do everything perfect, to recover something from the race, and it makes me believe that if
I mean, I'm almost speechless. Gobsmacked race. Wow.
Is it extraordinary?
Like that, that's going to hurt.
Guys, you know, it's also sad.
Because this 21-year-old, these guys are all scrapping it out for podiums. They are some precious, precious points. We've said all weekend long, any mistakes could be punished. I didn't expect them to join these guys on the podium. Fabio Quartararo, these 2 laps were 13th, having been 25 seconds adrift. I mean,
deserves
there's
a point.
so many.
5 days since we last saw these MotoGP boys going hard at it. We wondered if it'd be worth the wait.
Days to try and get through what's happened
here. You know what the best thing about it all is? We get to come back and do it all again in 7.
Prepare yourself, folks.
Yeah, there's going to be some emotional scenes after this race. Podium as Andrea Dovizioso fires up the inside of Jack Miller! Dicing it out, Miller versus Morbidelli. How did Morbidelli stay on board that Yamaha?
Franco Morbidelli, but there was a gap he saw.
it's that typical riding
drove to Lorenzo Dobby, wasn't
from
it?
A few years ago, exactly right.
See, there, Morbidelli's is. Now, Andrea Dovizioso, after all the pandemonium here at the Andalusian venue, what a damage limitation job that would be for
20. Marc Marquez, this is not good. He's in a neck brace and he's holding that.
Season would ramp up the pressure, ramp up the intensity to perform. About to be taken to the medical centre in an ambulance. We wish all 3 of them well. To hear last year when that gear shifter denied him what looked like a second place. Quartararo is about to add his name to an illustrious list of Moto for Yamaha. They can barely watch.
Diego Ghibellini there doesn't know what to do with him.
Absence. Where do you start to pick the bones out of this one?
This team have been sensational.
Fabio Quartararo was born in April 1999. He was the last Frenchman to win a MotoGP race on Spanish soil in Valencia.
Wins his first ever Grand Prix in MotoGP. Dovi is 3rd, Miller is 4th, and Morbidelli 5th. The 21 anthem for the first time in 21 years.
Ago, and here they are now celebrating their